In this tutorial, we are going to talk about entities, how to create entities, how to use them, what are they, how they are useful, and so. So let's check out an example first. So if I go to our chatbot demo and our chatbot greets us, now let's ask a chatbot to book a flight but on a specific day and to a specific destination. So let's say book a flight to London next week. So if you see, our chatbot says, okay, got it, you are looking for a flight to London and you want to travel next week. Is that correct? So chatbot understood that our destination is London and we want to travel next week. So how did chatbot understood that? It's using entities. So if you see, this London is an entity. It's a city, and this next week is also an entity. It's a date or date period. So we will see how to create this type of conversations using Dialogflow. So if we go to our Dialogflow console, we have a book a flight ticket. In here, we have said book a flight ticket, please book a flight ticket, but we haven't mentioned anything about destination or date period. If you see here, we have a parameter option and here we have entity. So let's define parameter. So we want city as a parameter, and if you just type @ here and say sys.geocity, so this is an entity which define all the cities in the world. So what this means is, if you have defined this parameter city and an entity sys.geocity, if anything in this text contains any city name, that will come here in this parameter. So for example, if I say book a flight to London, the chatbot will understand then that there is a city parameter and it will assign that city, London or whatever, to this city parameter. And we'll define a value here. That means using this $sign we can use it further. And we need another parameter for date period. So the date period is also a system defined entity, sys.datePeriod. Sys means system defined, so these entities are system defined, but we can create our own entities as well. I'll show you how to create our own entities, but for now we can use the system entities, and we can say date here, and we can make these parameters required. So it will ask us to define a prompt if this parameter is missing. So if user says please book a flight ticket from, or please book a flight ticket to London next week, we don't need basically the Dialogflow has understood that we are talking about two entities here. One is city and one is duration or date. So it has automatically created two entities, two parameters for us. So we can use the one which is created by Dialogflow. So we can delete ours. Okay, can use this ones. So it has defined GeoCity and it has defined sys.date period, which is same as what we have defined previously, but that's fine. And we can give some more examples. Please book a flight this week to Paris. So again, Dialogflow has understood I'm talking about duration, which is this week, and destination is Paris. Okay, so if I just say book a flight or something like this, we need to know the city and date period, right? For that, we can make these two parameters mandatory. So if we just say book a flight and we don't specify any city or date period, chatbot will specifically ask us like where do you want to go and when do you want to go. So we can do that in prompts here. Prompt for GeoCity is which city, and prompts for date period is when would you like to travel. Okay, and just save it. So now if I go to our chatbot and if I just say, hi, please book a flight from London or to London next week, make sure you save it and then write. So we need to define the response here, and in the response we can say, are you sure you want to travel to, now we have got the destination here in this GeoCity parameter. So we can just say GeoCity. So if it's London, it will say, are you sure you want to travel to London? If it's Paris, it will say, are you sure you want to travel to Paris? So are you sure you want to travel to GeoCity? And then date period. So just say date period. So are you sure you want to travel to London next week? Are you sure you want to travel to Paris this week? Are you sure you want to travel to location on this date, something. And you can just say please confirm. So now if we go to the chatbot and say, hi, please book a flight from to London next week. Say, are you sure you want to travel to London next week? Please confirm. So it understood that we want to travel to this destination and at this time. If we just say, hi, please book a flight to Delhi this week. Are you sure you want to travel to Delhi this week? So it understood what we are trying to say, and it got this information using entities and parameters. So that's how it works. Now if I just say please book a flight, it should ask me for those two parameters because I haven't provided them. So which city? Let's say Delhi. And when would you like to travel? Because it's looking for second parameters. So let's say next month. says, "Are you sure you want to travel to Delhi next month? Please confirm." Good. So this is how we use entities to create parameterized conversation and extract meaningful information from the user text or user input. Thank you.